Hey, Andre, I'm in a large gas-powered heavy-duty truck.
Well, hey, Nathan, and I'm in a very large heavy-duty diesel truck.
Oh, yes, but I am driving the Benchmark, which is the Ford Tremor F-250, fully loaded up with all the off-road goodies, including a winch. And it really is like kind of the ultimate of off-road heavy duties.
Well, dude, I am in the ultimate Chevy heavy-duty off-road truck because this is a crew cab Silverado 2500 with a diesel engine, Duramax. I've got a 10-speed auto. You also have a 10-speed automatic, but I have a Z71 package and really beefy tires.
Beefy tires. Yeah, I've got a super built off-road suspension with an additional 2-inch lift. I've got some of the largest tires you can get on a heavy-duty truck. I have a Godzilla 7.3 liter engine that we have a lot of experience with, and my brain is freaking getting rattled as we go over these things, and I know yours is too.
All right, dude, well, how about this? How about we run both of these trucks on a couple of trails here, go to the top of Tombstone Mountain, and let's see what you can do with a gas truck versus diesel, and also what you get when you pay. My truck costs $76,000 versus yours.
Mine's a little less expensive.
I interrupt this video for this week's TFL Bids Bargain. We have many cool trucks and off-road SUVs for sale, but this time it's something truly special. This is a 1973 Toyota Land Cruiser FJ40, and it's a frame-off restoration. I haven't seen an FJ this clean in a very, very long time. It's just basically museum quality, and Nathan gives us a personal walk around of this FJ40 to show you the exact condition. So use the link in the description below. Check out this 1973 FJ40 and bid, or use the submit button to actually submit your truck or SUV for sale on our site and have it go to a good home with a like-minded enthusiast.
One of the cool parts about this job is the fact that I get to drive one of the meanest heavy-duty off-road trucks there is. I mean, this thing is a beast. And we're going to take it up this hill, right?
Heck yeah. So how about this? How about we take the F-250 Tremor up the Tombstone Hill, the most difficult line we can find, and see how it does. That's the benchmark, right?
Right.
So, and then I'll see how I do.
That sounds great. And we know that this hill's not going to be an issue for either of these, but at least we'll be able to find a couple weaknesses, at least with your truck.
Are you all locked in, or are you in low or high?
I'm in 4 high, but I did lock the rear because I can. You can't. But a lot of people are probably wondering why we don't have a power wagon.
Yes.
And there's a couple things to keep in mind. These trucks in some ways are a little bit more comparable because they're compromises for really good off-roading and really good towing and payload. The power wagon is much more of just a strict off-road vehicle, right?
You're totally right. Because the Power Wagon prioritizes, softer springs.
Right, for off-roading.
And loses some payload and towing. These trucks do not.
Yeah, this thing, trust me, doesn't have softer springs. And there are other differences between them as well. But really, that's one of the main things. Also, we've driven the Power Wagon up just about everything. And by the way, this thing is not even sneezing at this hill. I'm just casually going up. Hasn't lost traction, hasn't been breathing heavy, no problems whatsoever. And really, we know that this obstacle isn't much for these types of trucks. However, it is a good way to measure a couple simple things like flex, approach and departure angles.
And tires.
Yeah. And what's very interesting about your truck is that it has tires that I'm completely unfamiliar with, and it's done some things to relocate some components to make it a little bit more off-road worthy.
Yeah. So far the Tremor just climbed up, even in high, but you also have the benefit of a 10-speed automatic, right? This is a heavy-duty.
And I love being able to see the gear that I'm in, I gotta tell you.
What gear are you in?
1.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And of course, you can always throw it in low, right? And you have a limited slip front differential. Mm-hmm. You have a lot of gear, and your truck is not a base model. It's a Lariat.
I've got heated and cooled seats. I have a pretty damn good sound system. I really don't know what else. I mean, okay, it doesn't have a sunroof, so what? 12,000 pound Warren winch, baby. Look at that. Remote control. And the cool part is it's really well integrated. That's just beautiful. And it's gonna pull me. Oh yeah, I'm feeling it. This thing works really well. Look at that. And I'm not even 12,000 pounds. So check this out, guys. Instead of having a cable, you can plug this puppy right in. I'm sure some of you guys have seen this before, but I think this is really cool. A nifty little treat. Boom, I'm in, and I can use the remote. That easy. Let me take you on a brief tour of the exterior of this truck and show you what's different between this and, say, a regular heavy-duty truck, starting with the front bumper, which is special to this truck not only because, well, it houses this winch, but because, look at that, lots of ground clearance up front. Haha, 35-inch tires, the biggest available on any heavy-duty truck, and these are Wrangler Duratracs, so decent grip. Oh, and 2-inch lift, factory. These are Raptor-looking steps. Yeah, that's about all I can say about them. And lots of armor underneath. It's a locking rear diff. Yes. And show you something else. Here I am standing about 6'1". Cannot really reach the inside of the bed. So if I go way up here, I almost can touch. So one of the issues about having a super lifted truck like this is access into the bed, and that's something Andre doesn't have a problem with. Another thing I wanted to add is the fact that I have a solid front axle up front. It's limited slip, and unlike other trucks, you can manually lock it. That's right, manual lockers, but it can be automatic as well.
So yeah, dude, so you know what I'm feeling?
Hill descent control, are you feeling that? I don't want to do it.
No, I don't want to do that. But what I am feeling is it's a little bit of a harsher ride.
It's a much harsher ride.
And the reason for that is the fact that, this truck is rated to tow like almost 18,000 pounds, almost 2,700 pounds of payload.
I mean,
right?
that's monstrous for an off-road vehicle.
So yeah, so you can actually bring your toys in the trailer with you, unhook the trailer, and then take the Tremor and do some trails too.
And find those toys after they've been rolled over and broken, take them out with the winch and pull them out of, yeah, I think it's great. There's another thing to keep in mind as well, which I think a lot of people kind of forget about with heavy duty trucks. These things are really heavy, like really, really, really heavy.
Oh, you think your truck is heavy? Your truck weighs about 7,300 pounds?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, you haven't seen nothing yet. Let's go in the Chevy and find out.
All right.
So Nathan, welcome to the Chevy.
It's not a bad place to be.
It's actually an LTZ, so it's not a top of the line, but it's a very, very well optioned. It is $9,000 more expensive than your truck.
Well, a lot of that has to do with the diesel, right?
Of course, that's the diesel power and torque.
And torque.
And I'm gonna use a wild card. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put my four-wheel drive system into auto. Because this GM truck is the only heavy duty with a kind of an all-wheel drive system.
Okay, let's see what it does.
Okay, and if that doesn't work, of course I have 4 high and 4 low.
You do? Where's your locker?
I don't have one.
I do have some great news about some improvements they made, though, as we're driving. One of the things that was a real issue, the last heavy-duty GM product we took off-road that had a diesel, was where the DEF tank was located.
Yes, it was underneath the passenger.
Right, and it stuck down like really far. It looked almost like a battery case. It was really, really far. And we banged it on things. And that was a real issue. And General Motors, in their wisdom, hopefully listening to us, moved it. So now it's back by the gas tank, which is a much better location.
So it's easier to fill, and it's also not hanging down. And, I'm not worried.
I know, because we were really worried about hitting it before.
You know what? These trucks are also very different because suspension.
This one's softer. It feels softer to me.
Oh, I need to use a lot of throttle, actually.
Yep, you do. They're going my glasses. That's okay, they're prescription.
No, dude. So I think I should have probably used low. but I mean, I have plenty of torque, and I don't think I slipped too much.
Nah, this thing didn't sweat it either. Honestly, and I give the G80 a lot of crap, but they work pretty good once the spinning's done.
Yeah.
And in this case, it didn't even have to really spin. These trucks are far more capable than this hill indicates.
Well, Nathan brought the most off-road worthy Super Duty, so I brought the most off-road worthy Chevy Heavy Duty. It is a Z71 package, but this package doesn't give me any extra ground clearance. What it does give me are these very aggressive Hankook Dyna Pro MT2 tires, of course also rated for heavy duty work. I also have Rancho shocks, so at least a slightly special shock package. And of course I have the powertrain to go anywhere, diesel torque, 10-speed automatic transmission. I have these. Well, this is not for off-roading, just for a little bit of convenience, power steps. And this is an LTZ package, which means it's a luxury model, and it's got kind of blacked out accents like this. I think that it looks pretty cool. And then finally, yes, really heavy duty suspension system, G80 in the back, and this truck has 3,100 pounds of payload, so it can carry almost any trailer with ease. Beauty. There's the proof. 3,135 pounds of payload, and that enables this truck to tow 12,000 pounds conventional and 18,500 pounds of gooseneck or fifth wheel trailer.
All right, now the numbers are really impressive with this truck. Even though it has the gas engine, I can haul 2,680 pounds in the bed, which is outstanding. And I can tow conventionally 15,000 pounds and 17,500 pounds with a gooseneck. Remember, this is a serious off-road truck. Those numbers are incredible. Not quite as good as Andre's.
The ride is a little bit better because this has an independent front end.
Yes, that helps.
Suspension. Of course, that Ford, you've got solid axles front and rear.
Yeah.
And really beefy stuff, but you know, this truck is not too bad.
Yeah, what about skid plates? I mean, I know I got lots.
Well, you know, what else you got is like 2 feet of ground clearance.
I know. It's crazy high off the ground. Actually, it would really be an issue if I had that thing every day, because climbing up and down. Yeah,
well, but
this one's lower.
There's another problem with that too, right? Heavy duty trucks are also meant for work.
Yeah.
As such, you know, do you want to load that high bed every day?
Yeah, I can reach into the back of this one without really standing on my tippy toes. I can't really reach into the bed of the, over the side of the Tremor. I mean, it's really high off the ground.
And by the way, you know, this truck weighs 8,200 pounds.
That much?
Yes. You thought your big bruiser was heavy.
Yeah, but if I had a diesel, I'd be closer to this weight, right?
Yeah, you would be. Hey, you know what I want to do? Can we do one more? And I'll put it in low. I just want to see the control that offers.
I'm fine with that. I mean, if I'm vomiting on you.
Okay, so I'm gonna throw it in neutral. I'm gonna go for low. Because it felt like in automatic mode, I had to use a lot of throttle.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So let's see. This diesel, I mean, has all the torques.
Yeah,
right?
How much torque does it have?
910 pound-feet.
Okay, that's a little bit more than the gas Tremor.
That was very easy. No fuss, it just went into 4 low.
Yeah, some of the trucks we've had, we had to go back and forth, bang him around, swing a dead cat over our head or something like that to make it go in.
Yeah.
This one just worked just fine.
Yeah, you know what? For this type of driving, I like 4 low. A little bit more control. I don't have to, rev the engine very high, but I can feel, I can actually go very slowly and still have control.
This has a much better ride over these rocks.
And look.
I like that camera too. Do I have that in the Ford? I don't even know.
No, you have a cheap Lariat.
Oh, for crying out loud.
For $67,000.
I know, that's all. Believe me, guys, if they built one of these trucks that was affordable, I'd be owning one, but they are expensive. I am in 4 low. Not that I need it, but I'm in 4 low. Completely unnecessary.
Well, dude, I did it, so you have to do it too.
You got it. I want to take it kind of fast, though. Like speed. Oh, he lost a little bit of traction. I saw a little tiny bit of wheel spin. Something flew. Oh, radio. The radio went. I hope it didn't go out of the truck. Wait. I think it went out the window. I gotta go back down the trail because I think the radio went flying out the window. I'm gonna look. Andre, one of the points of this video was to show the in-between trucks, the ones that can kind of do it all. And we've been looking for that for a long time.
Yeah.
And these two deliver. But the question I have for you is, which one would you actually take?
Well, you know what? I'll take the Ford.
Really?
You know why?
Yeah. Why?
Godzilla V8, still a lot of towing,
Yeah.
a lot of payload, and just, you know, that V8 growl, that gas engine.
I gotta tell you, initially I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
But since we got here, I love that Chevy.
No way.
Yeah, I love it. I absolutely adore it. It's great.
You know what else? You could actually put like 10 of those bikes in the bed.
10, 50. Are you kidding me? Those things don't weigh anything. Neither do those side-by-sides.
So there you have it, guys. We reached the top of the mountain, and I guess I'm living in the Ford.
I'm leaving in the Chevy.
Alrighty, and guys, as always, go back to tfloffroad.com for all the latest news, views, and real-world off-road reviews. And don't forget truck, right? That's where we tow.
Hell yeah. And we're going to be doing a lot of towing in the very near future.
Thank you.